Hi everyone, it's Tuzee from Tuzeemusic. I am so glad to be here. It's another episode of Tuzee Tuesdays, actually episode 10. And we are exploring the holidays. Like we said last week, for the next 4 weeks, we are going to be talking about the holidays. So our topic for today, like we mentioned last week, is COVID at Christmas time. Love on Somebody This Year, part 2. So when I was preparing for this, when I actually titled that this topic today, COVID at Christmas time, I was like, wow, that's a terrible title. But I get it, it's terrible, but it's true and real. COVID is at Christmas time. You know, when COVID started, I remember at the hospital where I work at, we were talking about COVID like sometime in February, March. We thought like for sure it's going to be done by July. So we were like, that's it. By July, we are going to be done with it. And July came, COVID's still here. And yeah, it's December and we still are battling COVID. So this thing has lasted a year or more, and it is still here. So, and worse now, we are actually in code red. So, code red. And I actually have been kicking myself because I am actually a last minute shopper. Like, I'm not joking. I like to binge shop and I just go and get it all at the last minute. And in my defense, though, my family and I, we go to the U.S. every year, like a couple times, and I usually do my shopping there while in the U.S. So, like, we go in November, and I will binge shop, get it all done, and whatever is left, the little bits and pieces, I can complete it here. But this year, we couldn't go anywhere. So, in my defense, I'm just putting it out there. But seriously, COVID sucks. COVID has been around for too long, way too long than I expected, and I'm sure than you've expected. And COVID is at Christmas time. However, like our topic says, love on somebody this year, part 2. COVID at Christmas time, love on somebody this year, part 2. So we've all have heard about decreasing our social bubbles. You know, one thing that's hard for me at COVID, I'm sure there are lots of things that is hard for me during COVID time. I'm sure you're the same. There's a lot of things. But one thing that is actually really, really remains difficult for me is the fact that I am a hugger. And I love to hug people. I'm like Olaf. I love warm hugs. And you know, to not be able to give people a hug, you know, like as you know, I am a full-time nurse and a singer-songwriter. As a nurse, you listen to like a patient story, and then you know, you want to hug them. Of course, you do your assessment, make sure it's safe to do that. But yeah, I love to give hugs. And with COVID, I can't do that. Like half of the time, I find myself reaching over, and it's like reverse, and it's difficult. And actually, by the way, when I moved to the neighborhood we're in right now, let me just put it out there. I think my neighborhood is one of the best neighborhoods actually in Canada. We have great neighbors. And when we first moved, there was all these welcome. And I remember talking to one of my neighbors, very sweet lady, and she was just welcoming us to the community. And at the end of our talk, I remember handing her my hand to say that, oh, thank you. And she said to me, no, you know, I don't shake hands. I give hugs. And it was just so beautiful to find another hugger, of course. But yeah. And she said to me, you know, the world needs more hugs. And so true, it does. So I don't really know how she's doing with COVID right now. But COVID has affected everyone. No matter who you are, whether you were a kid, from a kid to a mom, to, you know, to nurses, to patients, everyone has been affected by COVID somehow. And we're talking about, now we actually do the airborne nudges. And yeah, it's not the same. There's no way nudging on an elbow can take away a hug. So it's just not the same. And yeah, then the truth with COVID, there is a lot of anger. People are angry. There's a lot of frustration and anxiety and fear with COVID. There's a lot. And as a matter of fact, this is actually real. There's actually a scream hotline, a hotline where you can literally scream. We're going to be digging more into that. But in a few minutes, we're going to talk a lot more about that. I thought it was I had to share that with you because I thought it was interesting. But people are angry, anxious, frustrated, and afraid. But we're going to go more into the topic of COVID at Christmas time, loving somebody this year, part 2. But right now, guys, as usual, it's Tuesday joke time. And just before I forget, if you are just watching Tuzee Tuesday for the first time today, I just want to say welcome. Welcome to Tuzee Tuesday. This is a place where we have fun, we inspire each other, as well as we learn from each other. While doing that, we add values and learn to love ourselves enough that we can love on others. So that is the goal of Tuzee Tuesdays. And as usual, like I always said, if you have anything you would like to add to the show that you think is going to make it better, something that's worked for you, that's going to help others, send it my way. You can direct message me, or you can put it in the comment. Okay, so like I was saying, guys, it's Tuzee joke time. Let's do this. So today's joke is about a husband and a wife. So these guys, they're out, just hanging out, having dinner, and just, being a husband and wife. And while having dinner, the wife asked the husband, and she said to him, "How would you describe me, hon? How would you describe me?" And he said to her, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. And she's a little not sure about that. So she's like, "What does that mean?" And the husband said, A, adorable, B, beautiful, cute, delightful, E, elegant, fashionable, G, gorgeous, H, hot. And she's like, oh, she's so touched by it. And she said, "Thank you." And then she said, "But what about J, I, J, and K?" And the husband responded, "I am just kidding." Oh my goodness. That is so rude. Oh my goodness. Wow. I guess, when you hear the alphabet, just stop at H. Don't ask about the I, J, and K because, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Guys, that's not even funny right now. That's like, I thought it was a funny joke anyways. But guys, I hope you laughed because that's the whole point of Tuzee Tuesday. We get to have some fun. We laugh a little bit, we inspired as well. So like we were saying, we're going to move on from the joke. Like we were saying before the joke, people are angry, anxious, frustrated, and afraid. And as a matter of fact, there is a scream line. So this is actually fact. I heard this while driving in my car and playing Chime FM. So there is actually a scream hotline, where you can go and scream, just pick up the phone and just scream on the phone. And your scream is not, it's recorded and you can listen to yourself and you can also listen to other people scream. It's anonymous, so nobody's going to know it's you. So when I heard this, I was like, wow, what has our world come to? But, it's true. It sounds like, oh my goodness, there's no way. But you know what? It's true. Like, we need that. We need that because, like I'm saying, like people are angry. People are frustrated. People are anxious and afraid with COVID. And I'm not joking. As you know, I am a float nurse. So what that means is like I'm not situated on one floor. I go wherever there's a need and help. And in my time of being a float nurse, I actually have worked at so many different things. And the last time I was privileged to work as a clerk. And I remember there was a phone call and I pick up the phone. And as soon as it said, I was like, hello, how can I help you? And on the other end, there was this yelling, who do you guys think you are? My dad is sick and I can't visit my dad. And there was all this screaming and anger. And I was just like, yeah, COVID. And yeah, but that's just it. And it's so frustrating because, and I totally get it. I get it. That it's the hardest thing to tell someone, like, what, I'm sorry, but you can't come to the hospital. You can't visit just because of protocols. And it's really hard for us nurses. I must say that for myself and as well for other nurses. We believe that people heal better at home. So that's why we have home cares and stuff. And it's the same. In the hospital, we believe having a family member actually help in the healing of our patients. Of course, some family members, I know I have had to ask family members to leave because I didn't think they were very helpful. But a lot of times, family members are very, very helpful in the whole care process. And so it is really difficult for us nurses that we don't have that, and even having a family member is actually great because, we have like 4 or 5 patients, and having that family member to take you to, just hang out with this one patient while you deal with the other, while you talk, you can have extra time with other patients just because you have that family member. So we actually love having family. I know I do. I love having family members. It's always nice to see the circle of care, that when this patient leaves this hospital, it's great to see that, they have a family that they're going to continue to care for them. So yeah, it's really hard for us too. And so I just want to put that out there that, we get it. You're angry and frustrated. We are as well. We are frustrated just the same. But yeah, COVID at Christmas time, like we were saying, COVID at Christmas time. COVID is a very, very scary time. And, if you follow me on my social media, you would have heard that I actually was on isolation and just because the hospital where I work at, we were, they were testing nurses and stuff. And just because of a potential outbreak that we, they're still investigating and stuff. But all the nurses that worked there were supposed to be tested. And I happened to float there that week. Yeah, lucky me. So I was supposed to be tested. And when I do the COVID testing, this I learned actually when I go on my test that we test for a few different strands. And apparently, one of the strands that they tested for me, my first test came undetermined. So I was immediately, by public health, my whole family and I was put on isolation until my second result came. And yeah, of course, it came back negative. So I'm okay. I'm doing great. But no, it's a very scary thing to, to be like isolated and, be getting COVID tested. So yeah, but yeah. And it's honestly the COVID test. Let me just put it out there for people who are out there that think like, oh, COVID is not real and all these things. I just want to tell you, like, take precautions for the people around you. And if anything, so that you don't have to take the COVID test. If you need it, absolutely, I said do take it because they have to like be able to understand who has COVID, who doesn't have COVID, and test people for negativity as well. But for who's negative. But if you take the precaution, wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, those things. Because my goodness, COVID test is a pain. And I say that. It's a pain in the nose. Like really, seriously. I don't cry very easy from a lot of things, but no, that test, yeah. I'm not going to say very much about it. But no, it is a pain in the nose. But yeah, like I was saying, COVID has taken away a lot from us. Like seriously, there's some people that had their weddings plans and they had to like change it and or cancel it and make it for next year. And there's family gatherings. Like I was saying, our social bubble, they've been asking us now, we can't have family gathering. And being in code red at Christmas time is even worse, So shopping, and actually just going to shopping. I don't know if you heard on the news, but in Manitoba, they've banned non-essential shopping. So that actually includes Christmas decoration. Yeah, I know. Say what? That's what I thought when I heard that. And I am not even a Manitoban. So yeah, it's terrible. Like COVID it is. And local businesses are suffering, and seriously, COVID affects everyone. And it's been interesting being home with my girls, because we've been isolated. So we usually do letters for Santa Claus, and I just want to read just a phrase from both of the letters that they wrote to Santa Claus. And they usually put their names and everything, but this is a phrase from my older daughter's letter, and she said, COVID is the worst. In her letter, that's what she said. And then the younger one said, going to school with COVID-19 is hard. And it's true, COVID has affected a lot of us. And from the children to the grown-ups to, like everyone. But this is it though. This is why, this is why I'm doing this show today, because we cannot, I just said COVID has already taken a lot from us. We cannot allow COVID to take away the love, joy, and happiness at Christmas time. We gotta fight that. It is the Christmas time. It is a season of love. It is a season of joy. It's a season of happiness. And like I said from the beginning, we are angry, frustrated, and everything else. And all those frustration is rubbing off other people. And whether you realize it or not, it is. And that's why I think the scream line is a great idea. So if you need to scream, totally, we can all scream. Scream that if nobody's in your house, scream at it. But let's love on each other, because we will beat COVID. That is just it. COVID will be beaten. But you know what? We are not. And I'm speaking on behalf of all of us today. We cannot allow COVID to take away the love, joy, and happiness of Christmas. We gotta fight. We have to fight COVID for that. So here's a story. I have to share this with you. I have a friend, she just moved out from her family's house, and she's all excited that she's moved. And she was telling me, she's like, I was so looking forward to decorating my house this year, because I'm at home by myself. Like I don't have to do what decoration my parents want. But she's like, oh, with COVID now, I'm not even going to put a tree up. And I was like, no. We are not. We cannot allow COVID to take away Christmas from us. We need to fight back. And we had this long chat. And of course, I was able to convince her to put a tree up. But that's it, guys. We cannot allow COVID to take away Christmas from us. So, love on somebody this year, especially this year. We need to love on each other. I just want to take a minute right now, to really just stop and say my condolences. I don't know if you've seen this, to the family of this 11-year-old that actually shot himself. I don't know if you saw the news, but there was this 11-year-old kid that, with schooling all online. He was doing a Zoom schooling, turned off his audio and his video, and actually shot himself. And was found by his sister, rushed to the hospital, and didn't make it. So really, my deepest condolences to the family. Yeah, very, very sad story. But so guys, I'm not kidding. More than ever, we need to love on each other. And that's it. We cannot allow COVID to take away the love and joy and happiness of Christmas. So we need to, call people, that, like, I don't know the statistics right now with I always say, this is decrease your social bubble. And I agree, physically, decrease your social bubble physically, for sure. However, we can call people. We can text people. We can Zoom people. There's so many things we can do. We can't be there physically, but we can and check on people. I don't know what's the rate of suicide right now, but I know for sure that there is absolutely no doubt that it's going on, because I'm not kidding. There were kids that have planned the whole year, maybe it's your last year in high school. You've planned for your prom, your graduation, and then COVID hit. You can't do that. And then there's people there's kids that can't go out. I was just saying that I was literally isolated for I think it was about 9 days. And I was like going crazy. And I'm not one of those that party all the time. I don't go out all the time, But there are these kids that do, these young adults, these, youth, and they're out all the time, and now they are asked to be inside. So really, more than ever, guys, we need to love on each other. And parents too out there, I know we are all frustrated with COVID, but we need to take a time and hang out with our kids, get to understand what they're going through, because it actually, COVID is hard on them too. And we need to, encourage them, and as well as ourselves. And that's why I am saying, we cannot allow COVID to take away the love, joy, and happiness at Christmas time. Because I was just talking to actually my brother in Liberia, and if there's anything you know about Liberia, we don't do big glamorous celebration, but Christmas starts mid-November. As soon as December hit, everybody's talking about Christmas. But I was just talking to him, and he's like, well, I don't know what's going on, but there's not even Christmas songs playing on the radios. So guys, we need to get back, bring back the Christmas spirit. I get it. It's COVID, it's hard and everything, but no, we cannot allow COVID to take that from us. We need to bring back the Christmas spirit, the love, the joy, and happiness. And like I was saying, there's a lot of things we can do. This is what I have been doing, actually. I actually have literally been going through my contacts on my phone. If I haven't talked to you for a long time, I call you. Of course, being a nurse, everyone wants to know how things are at the hospital. And, but this is another thing with the whole calling. When you call someone, I encourage everyone to pick up the phone, call people, especially our young adults, our youth, even the seniors. It's really hard on everyone, and that's true. But I'm encouraging us to bring that Christmas spirit back. And you know what? COVID sucks. It's true. COVID sucks, but love endures. And you know what? Actually, that's a really good hashtag. COVID sucks, but love endures. And that's what we're going to do, because I think we need to remind people, we need to be reminded that it's Christmas time, and we need to bring back that love and joy and happiness of Christmas. So like I was saying, when you call someone, like I said, I'm going through my contact list and calling people on my contact that I haven't heard from for a little while. When you're going through and calling people, try not to just talk about COVID the whole time. I know you are going to want to talk about COVID. It's probably one of the first thing that you're going to talk about, but try not to stay on COVID. Talk about other things. Talk about the holidays, talk about, some decorations, like something, bring joy into that topic. Let's bring back the Christmas spirit. And as well as we can always talk about how we are going to beat COVID, like talk about COVID sucks, but love endures. And that's what we're going to do this year. And, but seriously, that is a great hashtag to use. I've been actually online. It's been beautiful seeing people with their, like some people have Christmas trees and stuff and decorations on Facebook and social media, which is beautiful. And actually, I think that's actually amazing. And this is a challenge for you. I really want to challenge you. If you're someone that's thinking, I'm not going to put my tree up this year. I'm not going to decorate or anything this year. I want to challenge you and say, no. COVID's taken enough from us already. We cannot allow COVID to take away Christmas from us. COVID cannot take away the love, the joy, the happiness of Christmas. We need to get on top of that. We need to fight back. And so get that tree out and put it up, get it out. Put it out, put that Christmas song on and, decorate. And I this is a challenge, actually. I challenge you to really, and I'm going to take this challenge myself to, take a picture of whether it's a Christmas decoration, whether it's your tree up, whether it's the new wallpaper or the food, or even, maybe even a Christmas card that you receive from someone, and post it with you and hashtag COVID sucks, but love endures. Let's remind everyone that it is a season of love. It's a season of happiness and joy. And COVID cannot take that from us. And the great thing about that hashtag COVID sucks, but love endures, one thing that's about love, it endures. But you know what else it does? Love conquers. Love conquers. It does. And that's what we're going to do, guys. It's real. We're not going to deny the elephant in the room. COVID is real. COVID is here. But you know what? Love endures. Love endures, and love will conquer. Love conquers. And that is true. So, like I was saying, guys, go to your phone. Call people, like especially our young people. Call them, and the seniors, call them, check on them, see how they're doing. And as well as, I don't know if you're one of those that send out Christmas card. Well, if you're not, send out Christmas card this year. Write it and hashtag it. COVID sucks, but love endures. Send a text message, tweet. And, there's so much we can do. I know we can't be together physically and do stuff that we love to do, but we can send out the message of love. We can literally, love on someone this year. And that's just it. COVID sucks, but love endures. And guys, this has been Tuzee Tuesday. We have been digging into the holidays, talking about COVID at Christmas time. Love on somebody this year, part 2. And guys, I really encourage you, take the challenge. Please take a picture. Remind people out there that it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. We need to spread that love, joy, happiness of Christmas. We do. We need it. We cannot. And let me say it again. We cannot. We refuse to give Christmas to COVID. We will not do that. And once again, use that hashtag. COVID sucks, but love endures. And loving somebody this year, more than ever, we need to love each other. And yes, guys, this is our time for today. You have been watching Tuzee Tuesdays, Episode 10. COVID at Christmas time, love on somebody this year, part 2. I'm Tuzee from Tuzeemusic, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. More topics about the holidays. Love ya, stay safe, and remember, COVID sucks, but love endures. Mwah!